Hello everyone, how y'all doing? It's YouTube Iron Man Carl Albert Davis, your host. And today's title is DJ K Slay and Khalil Amani called for queer rights is changing the culture forever. What they done changed the culture forever, people. And now that DJ K Slay is dead, Khalil Amani won't wave his rainbow color flag. Now y'all know I'm from Chicago, and Rainbow Push was started in Chicago, and it was talking about nationalities coming together and fighting for freedom, expression, and all the things that you find in the hip hop culture. It gives you um, power to do. Express Yourself was a song when I was young that always came out and stuff. NWA used it, Dr. Dre, so on and so forth. But yes, we're going to talk about the culture a little bit. I'm going to start off by going to my PowerPoint. I'm not the reader, so my computer will be my reader. And we're going to start this conversation. So, DJ K Slay and Khalil Amani calls for queer rights. And I should say, which is changing the culture for hip hop, 6/25, 2025. So, computer, commence to read.
The birth of hip-hop culture in the late 1970s marked a revolutionary moment in music and societal expression. Emerging from the streets of the Bronx, hip-hop became a voice for marginalized communities, allowing individuals to share their stories and struggles through various art forms. This cultural movement was not just about music. It encompassed dance, visual art, and fashion, all intertwined with the socio-political landscapes of the time. The raw energy and creativity of hip hop resonated with youth, providing a platform to articulate their identities and experiences.
Again, I had to go to the restroom, people, so the silence, but I'm back. Now, 1970. This is the time frame we dealing with the culture of hip hop being started. Now, in the 1970s, I wasn't even thought of. My father hadn't even rubbed on my mama little clit and got horny and created me. I'm like a 77 baby. But I have siblings and cousins and stuff that was there. Back in them days, people you still had grown men touching their daughters, their nieces, and this and that. All kind of stuff was going on. Grown African American men, since y'all like to use that terminology, was touching young ladies and doing all kind of stuff. Young ladies was having babies at 13, 14, 15. All this stuff was going on before I was born. I know it because when I got here, I seen it and visualized it all. And at the same time, the community was under attack. They dropped crack cocaine in the community. See, people like to go to Kemet and all this other stuff. Let's go back in ancient times. Nigga, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, 50 years ago is ancient to us. Most of us ain't even 50 years old, but we hip hop generation children. And see, where I come from, the older generation was not homosexual. They was not doing that stuff. They was making babies. They was doing all kind of stuff, but they was not into queerness and homosexuality and stuff. In New York City and other big city states and stuff, where a lot of people go and hide amongst the big crowds, because see, in the South, it's too family oriented. And if you over here humping on my little cousin, it's a problem. You're gonna end up hung somewhere or drowning in the ditch or doing something like that. Deviance is met with heinous crimes against the deviant that's doing things to the children in the neighborhood. But we're gonna keep the conversation going. We're gonna keep the conversation going. As you see, this will be a series, and I'm not afraid to say, Khalil Amani, if you want to talk about something, here's the topic, Negro. Talk about how you and your homeboy was trying to make homosexuals out of the hip hop generation, out of the culture of hip hop. You think you Boy George and all that, nigga? Put your earrings on, put your homosexual clothes on and everything, Gus. Pump your flag and get over here and F with me now, Negro. I ain't been saying your name, but you starting shit again, and I ain't no bitch ass nigga. I'ma address your bitch ass. So let me address this bitch ass. This the topic. How you and K Slate was making the community homosexuals. Though he want to be the drama king. He got drama because he can't fuck no little boys or get little boys to go fuck Bambaataa. That's what the drama was about. So now the computer will read again.
As hip hop gained momentum, it began to reflect the diversity of its creators. Influences from African, Latinx, and Caribbean cultures blended to form a unique sound and style, showcasing the richness of multiculturalism. Within this context, LGBTQIA+ individuals also began to carve out their space, contributing to the artistic tapestry of hip hop. Their presence challenged traditional norms and expectations, pushing the boundaries of what was considered acceptable in a predominantly heteronormative space.
Comparative normal space. Because when I was growing up, it was a such thing as in the closet. You was in the closet. You didn't bring your ass out that closet and start telling people, oh, I'm flame on and look at me and woo, woo, woo. You get your ass knocked out or fuck. The community will harm you because there was a diversity in the community that nobody really deal with. You stayed in the closet. But they were sprinkling it into the culture. You had people like, what's his name? Boy George. Though he wasn't hip hop, he was a pop star that a lot of kids watched. Growing up, Boy George. Ruth Paul came out eventually. He had his walk show and everything where he was glamorizing queer men. You had Queer Eyes for the Straight Guy. You had all this stuff. When I was growing up, it was on TV. They was putting it out there. They were sprinkling it into the culture. And little did we know, K Slate had queer eyes and Khalil Amani had queer eyes. Well, I'm a heterosexual, homosexual advocate or whatever. Oh man, you homosexual. If you want to speak up for your homosexual brothers. But okay, we back to the PowerPoint. I only got 4 people. I got some more stuff too, but this gonna be a little quick thing. Cause a lot of y'all don't know that DJ K Slay and Khalil Amani, which is a government informant, was trying to make homosexuals out of the homosexual hip hop community that hadn't came out. They were still in the closet. They was bringing them out the closet, people.
The intersection of hip hop and queer culture became increasingly prominent in the 1980s and 1990s as artists like RuPaul and later, the involvement of the queer community in the iconic ballroom scene brought visibility to LGBTQIA+ narratives. These influences not only expanded the definition of hip hop but also highlighted the struggles faced by queer individuals within the broader societal context. The movement fostered a sense of unity, urging the community to embrace diversity and advocate for acceptance.
So diversity and advocating for acceptance. Do you know that the Zulu nation in Africa, Bambaataa, whole narrative is just that? This is the narrative that Troy Star Terrain, Layla Wills, and Khalil Amani, Ron Savage, Hassan Camel, and all the rest of them people created. They created a homosexual hip hop icon called Africa Bambaataa. And then they went as far as to turn the whole Zulu nation into homosexuals or queers, which is a more political word. They turned them into queers. Every one of them. Y'all know producers like Knife Warner was part of the Zulu nation. Do you know Gangsta West Coast, Ice-T? Yes, he in that queer family too. And others, Ice Cube, he in the queer family. It's a lot of people in that queer family. Because the Zulu Nation is the first queer family that we know of in hip hop. And reason we got this story and this narrative because of DJ K. Slay and Khalil Amani. Khalil Amani is the first person to write about a homosexual or gay, that's the term he used, a gay Bambaataa date raped a young boy. So now the narrative is that gays rape young boys. This is how the narrative is written, wrote by DJ K. Slay, Khalil Amani, and the rest of them. We'll call them hip hop stands with survivors now, because the hip hop stands with survivors are advocates for the queer community. Like they got a problem with them, they act like they got a problem with them, but it's called conflict, people. And when there's conflict, people watch, listen, and pay attention to the conflict. They never wanted me to speak on the conflict because I want to be a righteous man and I don't want homosexuality in hip hop. Though it's homosexual people in hip hop, I don't want LGBTQIA plus Europeans coming into hip hop, creating a culture where you can have sex with little boys and little girls. I'm the one that put the P in the LGBTQIA plus community. I told Khalil Amani, Lady Wills, and all of them before it happened. They're gonna add that P to that community, which it was already added. They just never highlighted it because NAMLA, North American men that love having sex with little boys and stuff, they always been a part of that community. And now those two individuals, DJ K. Slay and Khalil Amani, were revolutionizing hip hop to be a queer community. And at K. Slay parties, which Khalil Amani was going to, we ain't even got the half of the stories. Shit, they could have been just like the Puff parties. They could have had their baby oil up in there, doing all the things that Puff did. We don't know. Because you had the artists and the people that sold to the artists or trafficked to the artists right there in the same building. Who knows? Khalil, how many young boys have you slept with? Or how many straight stunting models have you slept with? Baby oiled up. Put your feet in their mouth and put their feet in your mouth. Huh? You want to talk about it? Don't talk about me, nigga, because I ain't got them stories. I done been to a Puff party. I got a couple strippers and stuff licked in my butt, this, that. I mean, I know they get freaky. I know the entertainment business get freaky. Why? Because I've been a part of the entertainment business for a long time. damn near 30 years. So I know. And I know other people that know. And I know your queer ass know too. Yes? No? Bring your ass over here and talk. You want to chase up behind me? Do a video on this. But let's get back to my conversation. And it's a sincere people. I might do this shit around this time. Yes. I might do that because I'm about this shit. I ain't for talking behind nobody back and this and that. Nigga, you not gonna chase me fucking with me talking behind my back. I'm gonna put your bitch ass out there. And K Slay bitch ass out there. Give a fuck if that nigga in the dirt. Fuck that bitch.
Through powerful lyrics and performances, hip-hop artists began to address issues of homophobia, transphobia, and social injustice, creating dialogues that were previously silenced. This advocacy was vital for LGBTQIA+ youth, offering them role models who dared to challenge the status quo. The conversation sparked by these artists inspired many to stand up for their rights, fostering a sense of solidarity and empowerment within the queer community.
And who take credit for that? Khalil Amani. Khalil Amani said, I wrote a book. I gave it to Kanye West, one of the rising stars of the hip hop community. And then he went on MTV and stuff and started speaking up for homosexuals. So on and so forth. And though KIS1, Mr. Hip Hop Bible, Hip Hop Temple, and all of that, he never spoke up about this stuff. You know why? Because he's a part of the Zulu Nation, the first gay family. He wasn't finna turn against the family. I don't give a fuck how much violence he said. We can't be killing each other because he know the queer community, though they might be able to fight and whoop a bunch of heterosexuals' ass, they ain't supposed to be violent. So he said, stop the violence, because if you came out the closet, you damn near got your ass killed. So stop the violence. When my brother come out the closet, don't kill him. That's why when he did that interview, he say, hey, Bam got to deal with what Bam got to deal with, because he done started some shit. And it's not my job to protect the nigga, do this, that, or whatever. But we got leaders in our community, just like the white folks got. They got the Pope and shit, and you can't touch the Pope. The Pope can fuck children, fuck women, do whatever the fuck he want to. He infallible. And we got to have infallible people in our community. So my brother Bambata, who done did all this shit he ain't supposed to do, he got to deal with it. But the nigga infallible, you can't put that shit on hip hop. Ain't that right, Mr. Chris, KRS1, Temple of Hip Hop, and all this shit? But nobody's speaking on it. Khalil Money ain't gonna speak against the shit because he's for the shit. He for all the shit. He want all the smoke. He don't want to fuck with me though. He don't want this smoke. I told him leave me alone, and then he had me around here pointing out again that he's stalking me. So now I'm finna get in his ass. He ain't finna fuck with me and get in my ass and have me around YouTube looking like a bitch. Oh, look, he cowered that nigga down, made him look like a bitch and shit. I ain't no bitch. The queer community is the ones that get their ass whooped. My ass don't get whooped. So let's commence on with our conversation. And it gets deeper. This is just the opening, people. This is just the opening. One more. So we're talking about today's legacy.
Today, the legacy of hip-hop culture continues to evolve, embracing and celebrating its diverse roots. As the movement progresses, it remains an essential space for discourse on queer rights and advocacy. The original spirit of hip-hop, which sought to uplift and unite, lives on in the fight for equality, reminding us that the power of art can transcend barriers and bring about meaningful change.
Okay, equality in what? What did Bambaataa say hip hop was? Party, enjoy bullshit, do what hip hoppers do, not in sexual activities. Just because I am sleeping with a woman and you want to sleep with a man, don't give you no right to go to the government or anybody and say, make it legal for me to sleep with this man. Because you might want to sleep with a dog. Equality. If he's sleeping with a woman, I want to sleep with this dog. Well, I want to sleep with these babies or whatever y'all want to do. It's against any religions governing laws and statutes and commandments. Buddha don't say fuck the children and all that. Muhammad don't say fuck the children and all that. Them Kemetic guys don't say fuck the children and all that. Name me one guy, because I don't know about the homosexual guy that's out here, unless y'all dealing with that Starty and all them motherfuckers that did this temple orgy shit and everything. Unless you got a female guy, which a lot of you niggas got female guys since Polite been putting a female goddess out here and everything. That nigga that's locked up in jail for shooting cum all in front of in a young child face and shit. But these y'all guys and these y'all fucking cult leaders and shit. Get your 5 women, get you this and get you some children, do this and do all kind of shit that you're not supposed to do. These are your leaders. Sinetta created that bitch ass nigga Polite because he a bitch ass nigga in the community. Yeah, I'm on your ass again, Sinetta. You threw me out the room when I came over there to talk. Nigga, we gonna have friendly dialogue. I'm gonna be talking about your bitch ass in the community because you took that bitch ass nigga Khalil Amani and made him somebody in the community. After I gave him to you. Now, nigga, sit your bitch ass over there in your house of conscious of unconscious ass niggas and let this shit happen to the hip hop community. Cause you and the rest of you older motherfuckers allowed this shit to happen. The same way with drugs and everything else in this community. You motherfuckers didn't have us younger niggas back and speak against this shit. But now this younger nigga then raised the fuck up. And I ain't gonna let the shit happen. I ain't gonna let the bitch shit happen on my watch. Now, I got some audio from Khalil Amani. That's pornographic music. Me, I used to watch pornographic stuff as a child, and I know the movie. They get they freaking on with that. Boo, boo, boo. Either they getting ate out, sucked off, or whatever. This is what he promotes.
All right, y'all know who it is. It's your boy Khalil Amani, and we're back for another interesting conversation regarding my former hip hop boss.
This hip hop boss.
Talking about the immortal one. Slap your favorite DJ, the drama king, the gatekeeper of all things hip hop.
Now, why was he slapping your favorite DJ? Because your favorite DJ wasn't promoting the LGBTQIA plus community. So he being a street nigga, LGBTQIA, same thing as Bambaataa, he regulating what the fuck going on in the community. He putting certain artists on that you don't know is queer as fuck. And you're starting to like the artists. And you're starting to quote their lyrics and shit. And you don't know you're entering into queer hip hop.
I'm talking about DJ K Slay. This one I want to talk about Hassan Campbell. And once upon a time, Hassan Campbell tried to throw shade at my boss.
And why was he trying to throw shade on him? Because I shitted on the nigga. I'm the first nigga and only nigga that I know shitted on a nigga, and though he wanted drama, that bitch nigga bowed the fuck down. Never fuck with me. He flagged my page and got my page taken down because he flagged it. YouTube took it down. But the nigga didn't want drama. Khalil Amani said, if you don't take that shit down and do all that, he gonna take you to court. Then they realized this motherfucker don't give a fuck. If we take him to court, we gonna make him the man in hip hop. Later on, Khalil Amani will come and say, you're famous now, Carl. DJ K Slay knows your name. You're the motherfucking man because you got that bitch ass nigga scared to fuck with you.
For his affiliation with me. Now let me state my disclaimer about the people that I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about Hassan Campbell. I'm going to talk about Tekashi 6ix9ine. I'm going to talk about Brian Blaze Gibbs. I'm going to talk about Sammy the Bull Gravano. And I'm going to talk about Snow Billy.
Now, who are all these people? Government informants. See, what y'all didn't realize, while they was putting the queers in the community, they was putting the government informants in the community too, to control shit. And every name that he just named is government informants. Should I rewind it so y'all can hear the names again? I believe I will. I believe I will. Y'all know who the Fugees is? Ooh la la la. Y'all know they had a government informants up in the Fugees, didn't you? Then you will realize you're like, why Pop was going at the Fugees? I heard the Fugees was trying to do me. I cut your face. This ain't no motherfucking movie, nigga. This shit gets real out here because the queers and the government informants try to harm a motherfucking heterosexual man that's trying to create a family and have children and shit and create the next generation. Where they want to be the last generation and say, fuck the rest of the world and everything else. We ain't procreate. We ain't doing none of that shit. We getting our nuts off and we going to be feeling good out here, and hip hop going to be the end of the world.
Sammy the Bull Gravano, and I'm going to talk about Snow Billy. Because we all have something in common. But let me say off the rip about the Tekashi 6ix9ine situation.
Y'all didn't know that this the nigga that got Whack 100, Tekashi 6ix9ine, and her son Camel together. He'll never tell you that because her son was keeping his distance from the nigga at the time. But see how he keeps her son in this conversation? He's always saying, her son, you're me. Some dude touched me when I was young. I got homosexual children and this and that and woo, 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 and everything. He is the first Hassan Campbell. I fucked up Hassan Campbell too, but now I gotta fuck this nigga up. This nigga don't want none of this because I'm not your average nigga. This motherfucker run for me like K Slay ran for me. This is hip hop motherfucking history, and y'all don't know about it. I know you'll never give me my place in hip hop history, but I fuck hip hoppers up.
Although the streets, the brothers in the streets, gangbangers and folks call him a snitch and a rat, I personally don't consider Tekashi 6ix9ine a snitch or a rat.
Why not? Because you're a snitch and a rat. You can't point your finger at another snitch in the rat. He that without sin cast the first stone. I'm not casting no stones.
I'm going to be calling Tekashi 69 a snitch and a rat for the purposes of this conversation, because that's what you people think he is.
Now, me myself, Tekashi 69 was one, he was working with the government before they did all the foul shit to him. 9 out of 10, that's why they did all the foul shit to him. That's why his girl got fucked. That's why all the shit that happened to him, that's why he got robbed. All that shit, because he was already working for the government. Y'all know he had that little case and that different shit where he took that video with that little young girl and shit. See, when you get in trouble, the government starts taking control of you. We can lock your bitch ass up for some odd years, or we can let you get out here and do some work for us. Well, a weak motherfucker gonna say, I want some work. Who the fuck you want me to go get? I go get them, long as y'all lock me up. See, like I said, the queers was coming in the hip-hop community, and the government informant was coming in the hip-hop community. Because these are the days after the 70s. In the 50s and the 60s, COINTELPRO was in the fucking community controlling the black community. Where these motherfuckers over here teaching that they are black messiahs. Bum rush their ass. Get at them. Oh, they Latino messiahs and shit. Get at that nigga. This shit can't happen in the community. We're trying to make these motherfuckers queer and shit. We got to get them some idols. We got to get them some of everything. And Khalil Amani is a homosexual pastor. He's a pastor to the homosexual community. The motherfucker hate me because I'm a heterosexual and I don't push that shit. And so he got to stalk me. Somebody's paying a nigga. I don't know who the fuck paying him because I don't think Trump will pay a bitch ass nigga like this. But somebody's paying him. I think Marcy Hamilton and Troy Star Terrain and shit still got a battery in this bitch ass nigga back. But hey.
But I would have done the same thing that Tekashi 69 did had I been in this situation. There's no way I'm going to sit in prison and not tell on the motherfucker that, number one, was robbing me, fucking my bitch, and kidnapped me.
Why did they do this to him though? Because they figured out and found out a long time ago that the nigga was working with the government. We didn't let a rat or snitch in our fucking street organization. Well, what do the streets do to a nigga like that? They rob you, they fuck your wife or your girl and do all that other shit. That's why the hip-hop community should rob this nigga, fuck this nigga wife, and everything else, because he's a Tekashi 69 and worked his way into the hip-hop community through that bitch-ass nigga K. Slay. Ain't that right, Gene Deals? You don't want none either. None of you motherfuckers want to fuck with me, because I know the truth on you hoe-ass niggas.
Motherfuck your so-called code of the street. I'm telling you. And so I side with people like Whack 100 when he says that Tekashi 69 was not a snitch. He was a civilian thrown into a gangster's place.
No, he was an American motherfucking snitch. Counterintelligent nigga thrown in the motherfucking Bloods up in New York street gang to take their bitch ass down. And they found out. And they started doing what the streets do to a snitch ass nigga. Robbing him, fucking his girl, and everything else.
She had no business being in. But regardless of whatever side.
So I would agree with that. He had no business being a part of the Bloods. But see, Whack 100 and another Blood member said it's all right for niggas to do queer shit. And when you let homosexuals or weak motherfuckers that's queers and shit, like I said, they might be able to be the heterosexual ass nigga ass, but that's not their MO. The LGBTQIA plus community said they're sensible beings, they're this and that, they're not violent, they're not this and they're not that. That's not the narrative on a queer. He's not gonna go out and whoop ass. You don't have queer gangsters. Or at least back in the day, you could say that. Now you got motherfuckers like Whack 100, you got queer gang leaders. But that's why it's cool that Larry Hoover coming home, because Larry Hoover said, them folks, nigga, you don't fuck little folks. Little folks come into jail because you got rank and shit and you want to violate them, don't mean you and your boys bend his ass over and fuck them, nigga. We don't fuck niggas in the folks, in the GDs. It's growth and development, nigga. A lot of motherfuckers don't grow and develop into men and understanding the laws of the world and shit.
The fence you stand on, my position is that all rules are null and void when you violate me as a person. Because I believe that.
And y'all know what I did to this nigga? I done violated him. And then I left the motherfucker alone. I fucked him up out here in these YouTube streets. Don't say his name no more, but because the YouTube queen and her hand fucked him up also, he be wanting to throw my name in the conversation. Nigga, look, I told you to leave me the fuck alone. You kept fucking with me. Now I'm back on your motherfucking ass, bitch ass nigga. And I dare your bitch ass to join into this conversation. Because I done beat your motherfucking ass on this homosexual shit numerous of times. What got Cleo Monago, the black motherfucker that said he ain't LGBTQIA plus and shit, and made your ass look like a bitch ass nigga and shit. Start it over, nigga. Replay. You won. Win again then, bitch.
Part of the street. Snitching is part of the street. Being a rat is part of that game. You can't be a mean-spirited person and then be disloyal and expect that the person that you are being disloyal to, you want him to honor the code of the street. But is not loyalty part of the street code? I said, is not loyalty part of the street code? So you broke your end of the bargain by being disloyal, by fucking my bitch, by kidnapping me, and by stealing my money. You broke the code of loyalty. But y'all think Tekashi 69 should uphold the code of no snitching. The nerve of you fuck niggas out there, the nerve of you gangbangers to expect him to uphold his end of the bargain, but you're not upholding your end of the bargain. So when one bargain is broken, the other one's broken. It's a chain reaction. So Tekashi 69 did the right thing. Again, I don't see Tekashi 69 as a snitch. I see him as a smart individual who's thinking for himself, who says, if you violate me, I'm going to violate you. See that. And I'll say this about Brian Glaze Gibbs, who's also been called a snitch and a rat in these YouTube streets. Because Brian Glaze...
And who called on YouTube streets and made it popular? Me. Because I was riding on these bitches in these streets, and these bitches started crying and doing the whole ass shit that they've been doing. Don't no queer motherfucker starting on YouTube streets. Homosexual ass niggas do what they do, and her son Camel is a queer homosexual motherfucker too. He ain't started no YouTube shit. He came on these motherfuckers sucking inside another asshole out and other niggas asshole out to get a position in this motherfucking community so he can turn your children into homosexuals and shit. They need a motherfucker that's gonna braid his hair up and put it up in the sky and all that shit. So in the future, they can braid their motherfucking hair up and everything else. They need a nigga wearing pink and all that other shit so they can feel comfortable doing the same shit. It ain't doing nothing but birthing homosexuality in the community. Whether if you motherfuckers know it or not. And you don't see none of these bitch ass niggas from Kemet, Morris Science, or none of that shit talking about it. Even the fucking Hebrew Israelites don't talk about it, but this Israelite Christian talk about it. That's why that nigga be trying to come at me and come at my belief system, because it's superior to bend that nigga over and fuck him. His religious system. That's why when you bitch ass niggas go with him, I know you been in some motherfucker over and fucking them up, spreading legs, licking pussy and shit.
Gibbs was a one-time thug, stick-up man, drug dealer, murderer, who did his time and got out of prison and wrote a book about it and has changed his life. So although I may call him a rat and a snitch, I believe that Brian Glaze Gibbs did the best thing for himself, and that he is a changed man, and that his life is his ministry, and he's changed and turned himself around, but from the street point of view.
Because I'm going to tell y'all another point of view. 10 toes down, side another cousin. That nigga ain't big for nothing. He been in the motherfucking penitentiary fucking niggas or stopping niggas from fucking him. 10 toes down, what do it mean? Go to the Urban Dictionary and read it. It means getting on your motherfucking knees, sucking dick. That's why he came back out in the streets with a name like 10 toes down, because he's a bitch ass nigga that suck dick or get his dick sucked.
Brian Glaze Gibbs is a classic snitch. A snitch who was also in the Federal Witness Security Program, aka WITSEC, aka Witness Protection Program, like myself. So those are my disclaimers about the people that I'm going to talk to. I got no malice towards Tekashi 69. I got no malice towards Brian Glaze Gibbs.
Why?
Now, Snow Billy is another thing, but we'll talk about.
Why? Because they are the same thing. He had malice against the RBG Hebrew, Michael Wells. He went over there on Satnetta's platform and fucked that man up, told people that he was a government informant and other motherfucking things. Y'all see that bitch ass nigga out here now? No. He done went above and beyond that RBG Hebrew ass nigga that used to stalk me back in the day. He stalked me for about 10 years and stuff. This motherfucker finna go into 10 or more years. He won't stop. He's like the Terminator. Oh, I'll be back. After I fuck his ass up, he'll be back. I bet you won't bring his bitch ass back on this.
In a minute. And so, for those of you who don't know, it is a fact. It is true that I too was a government informant. I've never hid that fact, even gone so far as to write a book about my life, which is entitled Ignorant and Dysfunctional Life in the Yahweh Cult and the Witness Protection Program. And so, like Sammy the Bull Gravano from the Mafia, like Brian Glaze Gibbs, the New York gangster who became a government informant, a snitch, who was also in the Federal Witness Protection Program.
Now, notice all this shit. He's comparing himself to these motherfuckers that did illegal shit. He gonna tell you he never did no illegal shit. He's a motherfucking lie. He was a goddamn drug mule, up and down the East Coast, pushing drugs in the community at the same time they was pushing homosexuality and government informants in the community. They snatched his bitch ass up. He told on Yahweh ben Yahweh. Then they put his ass in the community. But he'll tell you he never did nothing wrong. I never did nothing wrong. I wasn't a street nigga. I didn't do this, do that. Beat 139. Do you hear this shit? But y'all know about this shit. And when I come to tell you about this shit, I can't show that. Hey, bitch ass nigga, get your fuck out the community. Don't come over here trying to talk to the queen. You should have asked me before your bitch ass came over here trying to attack a motherfucker in my chat. Get the fuck up out of here.
I also was in the Federal Witness Protection Program. Got it? Like Tekashi 6ix9ine, I also was a government informant. I don't hide that. I wrote a 373-page book telling you all about it. And Brian Glaze Gibbs did the same thing. He wrote a book. I haven't read it yet, but I plan on reading it, about his life as a criminal. And I would hope he talked about his snitching. And I would hope that in his book he talks about being a government informant and going into the witness protection program, as I did.
So you slick motherfuckers that like coming in my shit, talking shit and fucking with people, unless you subscribe, you can't talk to other subscribers. So get your bitch ass in there and hit that subscribe button to come in the room and talk shit. I'll let you talk shit if you subscribe. Only if your bitch ass subscribe will I let you talk shit. Because I know she'll talk shit back. But I don't want the shit in the room unless you're supporting me. If you ain't supporting my motherfucking numbers and my rise on YouTube, shut your bitch ass up. Don't come in my room trying to attack nobody, bitch.
So let's get that out the way. Some of you also know that at one point in time, I used to write for DJ K. Slade's Straight Stuntin' magazine. Do I have my magazine handy? I don't think I do. You know, I like to show a little evidence. So those of you who don't know who I am, hold on. Damn, I don't know what I did to do.
So the story is that the government sent the nigga to college. They paid for the shit. He decided to go to college, but the government paid for his ass to go to college so he can have grammar classes and write and speech and all that shit and be the best talker or speaker in the community so he can be the next Malcolm X or the next Martin Luther King or the next this and that in the community. He's supposed to be better than me because I'm a high school dropout. Though I went to the 12th grade, they kicked me out of school 2 years, and I was like, I've been in this mother for 14 years. I'm finna get the fuck up out of here. So I dropped out of school. Came on YouTube, told you motherfuckers I can't read, I can't write, I can't do nothing. I'm an incapable ass nigga. This motherfucker said, well, I'm a college graduate and shit, and he be fucking with me like he can beat me in speaking and shit. Like the other day, I said, deaf and dead is two different words. Are they not? One's an adjective and one's a noun. That right there shows you the difference. You don't use adjectives for nouns and you don't use nouns for adjectives. So you can't use them the same way because they're not the same fucking thing. But he wanted to speak against what I said as if I ain't got common fucking sense. Made him look like a bitch. And that's all I do to this bitch ass nigga.
Maybe it's over here. Maybe it's here. Hold on. Let me get the magazine. Okay. There's a couple of magazines here, but not the one I'm looking for. Well, any magazine. Okay. I was a writer for DJ K. Slade's Straight Stunting magazine for 10 years. Here's a picture of me and DJ K. Slade. One of many pictures that I took with my hip hop boss. This is DJ K. Slade's magazine, one of the issues. And
you see that? Now, he wrote for DJ K. Slade. Y'all know this is a hood magazine. This the equivalent of a bootleg motherfucking DVD. I got a magazine coming out on this nigga. Cause I'm a fucking writer too. Oh, Carl, you right? Oh yeah, I play with it. Remember, I'm a high school dropout. I ain't supposed to be able to do the shit. But I play with shit. I play with a lot of shit. Cause ain't nothing but shit out here. So let me show y'all. Cause I'm ready to play with this bitch ass nigga now. It's do or die, nigga. It's kill or be killed. Either you fuck me up on these topics on YouTube, or you get fucked up, nigga. Ain't no in between. Because I got a documentary. It's a documentary series. What happened to that boy, 2013? Because he came out with the article telling the world what happened. But him and that bitch ass nigga DJ K. Slade shut their motherfucking mouth for 3 motherfucking years and let another hip hop fashion come through and tell y'all what the fuck it was and write another goddamn narrative. You don't hear them bitch ass niggas talking about 2013 because they know that homosexual ass nigga Bambaataa fucked that boy, took his ass, and then got the motherfucking boy murdered by her son fucking Campbell. And that shit too strong for this weak ass homosexual hip hop community to grasp that shit. And ain't nobody strong like me willing to push that shit in the community to let you motherfuckers know what's really happened. Fuck Layla Wills, fuck Troy Star Terrain, fuck Marcy Hamilton, Khalil Amani, and all the rest of them bitch ass niggas that stand with hip hop survivors. Nigga, I stand with hip hop dead, nigga. I stand with the motherfucker that didn't survive it. I'm a stronger individual, nigga. And like I said, I ain't no weak motherfucker gonna kill myself. Don't think about it. When I get fed up, I'm going on the motherfucking murder street. And you motherfuckers that's fucking with me, I'm gonna come get you motherfuckers. That's a promise. That ain't no threat.
To write for this magazine. And there I am. There is the magazine, Straight Stunt Magazine, owned by the world famous DJ K. Slade, rest in peace. And here I am.
Now, how is DJ K. Slade this motherfucker a homosexual advocate, but they showing women ass? Because they know men love women ass, but they love little boys' tail too. And they know they'll get more of them into loving little boys' tail as time turns. But God took K. Slade bitch ass out. And this nigga close to his 70s. And he only told motherfucker, you got 70 years. That's 70 years to live. And this motherfucker getting close to that age. Let's see if he's strong or not. Will he survive 70 or not?
Here's one of my articles. Khalil Amani is one of my articles. Where's my name? There's my name right there. So I used to write for his magazine. This one's called The Bachelor Party. Got it? Got it. So I wrote for DJ K. Slade's magazine. Once upon a time, a few years ago, Hassan Campbell enters the picture. Now, Hassan Campbell has never...
How did Hassan enter the picture? How did Hassan Campbell enter the picture? If you don't never get told the story, you'll know. Her son Camel entered the picture, and the main point is this, but nobody would never speak on it.
After Bam got out of the hospital to figure out what really happened, and he gave me the picture of a light-skinned Puerto Rican little boy that looked just like me as a kid. And he gave me that picture because I was going to be the one who killed that boy for Africa Bambaataa.
See, her son Camel entered the picture saying he took a picture to murder the boy, that the homosexual, a gay ass nigga, a LGBTQIA plus nigga, Africa Bambaataa date rape, gave him a picture to murder the motherfucker because the nigga that he date raped didn't like it and stabbed his motherfucking ass. The best story of the year, but you can't get it straight like that from these motherfucking gatekeepers, Layla Wills, Troy Star Terrain, Marcy Hamilton, and bitch ass nigga that stand with hip hop survivors, because the survivors of the Bambaataa shit work for Bambaataa. Because he let them live. The niggas that he didn't let live is dead somewhere on a dirty ass, rat infected fucking New York City street where the rats done ate them up. You'll never find their ass. If you do find them, you don't know Bambaataa killed them or had them killed. And ain't no motherfucker in the community got these type of nuts to talk about this shit. That's why them bitch ass niggas, every motherfucker in the community like coming against me because I try to be righteous. I'm more wicked than them. I told y'all, when I get tired and fed up with this shit, I go hunt them motherfuckers. I dare them. They know exactly where I stay. Khalil Amani put my motherfucking information all over that. Pit Boss, all these motherfuckers put my information where I stay and located on the internet, and I dare one of you motherfuckers to come through here and do something. Because I got some hot lead for your motherfucking ass. And I done told the police, they coming to kill or they coming to get their motherfucking ass killed. When you make it to the scene, nigga, one or the other gonna be happening. They gonna be sitting there bleeding, or I'm gonna be sitting there bleeding. Because I didn't accept that I gotta fight to live. So when your bitch ass come to fight, I look to win.
Me. For in fact and indeed, this government informant, and also let me say this about my informant stuff. My government informant stuff had nothing to do with the street. I was in a religious cult.
But he was moving little birdies all up and down the East Coast. It had nothing to do with that, though. He didn't tell on Yahweh Ben Yahweh cutting heads and fucking children because he had a gang of coke in his back trunk and he didn't want to go to jail. He ain't gonna tell y'all that, but he will tell you he was a street pharmacist moving weight for them big name motherfuckers down there in Miami. You remember Miami Vice and all that shit growing up? Well, he was a part of that type of shit. Because they were shipping it in and the motherfuckers moving it across the United States with mules like Khalil Amani.
I was in, a lady wrote a book, there's the book. I was in a religious cult. This was the cult leader.
That's his excuse. That's what the government allowed him to use as an excuse. Oh, you was in the cult that was cutting motherfuckers' heads off. Tell us about that, and we'll overlook all the coke and shit you've been moving.
I was in a religious cult. I was even in People magazine about my cult.
Now you see this highly decorated government informant. What the fuck he doing chasing up behind me on YouTube for 8 years? I got his bitch ass chasing me, though he the man in the American motherfucking government that took down big motherfuckers and all kind of shit. But he on the internet mad at me. Why? Because when I talked to the bitch ass nigga, I was recording the bitch ass nigga. I got it in my head, though I didn't have a stroke, and I got a good majority of it on tape. I told a bitch ass nigga, leave me the fuck alone, cause I got your ass on tape, nigga. I could put you in these motherfucking streets and destroy your whole motherfucking life. He don't believe I can do it. And that's why he been fucking with me, cause he trying to get me to release the tapes and do shit that I don't want to do, nigga. You can't make me do shit until I want to do it. Tapes of you talking with Shamir Bey, Bambaataa little friend, talking about I can get you a movie deal that I can do a story on your life and shit, and you bit the shit, nigga. Did you or did you not? Don't forget I got the motherfucking tape, nigga. I can play it when you telling me about Shamir Bey doing this shit. So when you come out and speak, make sure you tell your story right, nigga. If not, I'm gonna drop the audio.
Just want to make a distinction between my cult. There I am right there in the white turban. Right here.
Now, he's supposed to have been out the cult all his life, but the nigga wearing white turban and doing all this shit, because he still play with that shit. He run half of the Hebrew Israelites. He went and joined with ISUPK Tazariah. And him and General Yohana is running shit. If y'all didn't know, yes, they got government informants in the Hebrew Israelite community too. I dare not say the motherfucker even fuck with the Israel of God and all the motherfuckers that come out of there that say they motherfucking Hebrew Israelites, and them bitch ass niggas be trying to come at me because the government informant they got to they hoe ass. Because they won't do what God say and call they bitch ass Israelites. They calling themselves Hebrew Israelites, and the government run Hebrew Israelites. Satnetta is the God of the motherfucking Hebrew Israelites. That's why I have a problem with fucking Hebrew Israelites. And I fuck they bitch ass up too. Don't give a fuck who you are. I'm not a respected person.
I want to make a distinction between me. I was a civilian, a tax-paying citizen who decided to become a government informant to put.
So why don't he tell y'all he was moving cocaine when that's the biggest reason why he told on Yahweh ben Yahweh? I would say we don't know because they didn't wipe the motherfucking record and shit. The government know if I'm lying on them or telling the truth. The nigga told me and other people that he was moving cocaine. You don't hear that as the basic of the narrative, but that's part of the narrative, but you don't hear the narrative at all that I was moving cocaine. Let's see if he said it once.
An evil man away. If you want to know the particulars of my cult story, there's many videos on my channel where I go into detail very recently about my cult experience. And so this guy, Hassan Campbell, he knew my cult experience. Hassan Campbell also knew that it was me, Khalil Amani, who was the first person to write.
Who was the first person? That's not part of anybody's narrative, though. Layla Wills, that bitch did a fucking documentary, and watch it if you want to. It's on her channel. LEILA WILLS. Layla Wills. Go to her motherfucking channel, type in Khalil Amani, and see his part of the documentary. He'll tell you that he was the first one in there. You gonna hear him make the statement and that shit roll right by. She ain't put no words up there, nothing to highlight that he was the first motherfucker that wrote it, because the bitch ass nigga K. Slate told him to wrote it. But 7 years prior to that, K. Slate told him that Bambaataa be fucking children, and I go get them for Bambaataa to fuck. I and the rest of the Zulu nations used to go get them children for Bambaataa to fuck. He knew 7 years prior to that date raping motherfucking case that Bambaataa was fucking boys, but he wouldn't tell nobody because he wanted to be a part of the club. You open your mouth, we can't let you in. If you hold that secret, though, we'll let you go to our freak offs. And you know K Slay was having freak offs just like Diddy, because he was having motherfucking parties everywhere with all kind of big booty bitches and niggas that's horny and shit, and homosexuals and shit was in the room too. Freaking off. As J Mike called Uncle Freak ass here was at the freak offs. One, you Uncle Freak ass.
About Bambaataa getting stabbed on April 1st, 2013 for allegedly molesting a Spanish man.
Do you hear that Bambaataa got stabbed anymore? Though he's the first motherfucker to write about it, he's the first motherfucker to tell you no motherfucker in the community would talk about Bambaataa getting stabbed on April the 1st but me. That bitch Layla Wells took my motherfucking story and went against the Hip Hop Museum. Had them motherfuckers change their name and shit when I told they motherfucking ass as much as I can tell them, but they never reached out and tried to figure out who the fuck I am and shit. When I'm a hip hop motherfucking legend, street legend, YouTube street legend. Iron Man of these YouTube streets.
I'm the one who broke the story before you heard about Star and Hassan and Ronald Savage in 2016. 3 years prior, in 2013, DJ K Slay gave me the scoop.
So now y'all got the narrative right. I'm the one that always correct the narrative. 2013 is when shit started, not 2016. Other motherfuckers came along because that bitch ass nigga K Slay and that bitch ass nigga Khalil Amani went open their motherfucking mouth and they said, we ain't gonna let the shit die. We gonna turn them into homosexuals and we gonna try to move this LGBTQIA plus shit through the hip hop community.
Gave me the story damn near in real time on the very night that Bambaataa.
Why is that? Because K Slay is a fucking child trafficker and he probably trafficked that motherfucking boy, the Bambaataa. So when he stabbed the shit out of Bambaataa, they had to control the narrative. So they are the first motherfuckers to speak about it so they can control the narrative. Then they said, no, we don't want this shit no more. This shit too hot. Yes, cause the YouTube streets is hot. You know that Lil Wayne, the block is hot. These streets is hot. They hot as a motherfucker. And I'm the motherfucker standing in the midst of the fire, under fire, not giving a fuck. And these niggas taking motherfucking blind ass shots, trying to sniper me and shit, nigga. But I'm Iron Man. I got on my iron suit. Bullets don't hurt me, motherfucker. So I'm tired. I might continue the show with the same audio another day. I'll show you the audio and where we at. So y'all see the time frame. 12:13. And I'll be back tomorrow with the same audio and shit, 12:13. And with that said, that's the show. I'm out. If y'all like this show on the conversation. Because to me, this is very freestyle. I ain't wrote shit, but the shit I wrote about hip hop. And I will have some more shit about hip hop tomorrow. I'm playing this homosexual advocate motherfucker, queer advocate ass nigga, government informant ass nigga for y'all. So subscribe to the YouTube Street channel, Israel Doctrine, and hit the notification button. And if you want to argue and talk shit, become a subscriber. If not, you can't speak in this chat no more. I'm tired of you motherfuckers coming in my chat, harassing me or the people in my chat and shit. If you ain't gonna support, we don't even want to see your bitch ass over here speaking. So I woke up today to what to do. Put it on subscribers only, and if you're not a subscriber. So I look to see more subscribers because I know a lot of you bitch ass niggas want to do that shit. Can't do it for free no more. You got to pay a subscription, bitch. I'm out. Peace.